Yeah, potatoes. I plant potatoes too. I have very fond memories of bunking off school and potato picking to earn money. Um, and if you were a good picker, then the farmers didn't mind the fact that they knew you were going to school. They'd pick you up at the bottom of your street in a horse box with your bag of potato picking clothes in your satchel instead of your school books, and switch into those clothes and then go off and spend the day potato picking, and your parents had no idea that you were off doing this. And we tend to swim in the irrigation ponds at the end of the day and put our school uniforms back on, and then go home with our pockets full of cash, ready for the weekend. Watercress was always a real firm favourite too, because there was always plenty of watercress growing. Just not far, just on the street, there was a stream that ran down, off the fields, and there was always an abundance of watercress. So, we'd always be up picking the watercress, even put it into bunches and selling it to, other families on the street. When we were kids, there was the guy that sort of lived in the woods. He was well known in the town. He was very eccentric, and his name was Jack House. And he was quite a scary looking man because he was, unshaven, and he had quite wild eyes. But he was quite a gentleman. We used to try and sneak up. He had a caravan in the woods, and we used to try and sneak up and spy on him. But he had kind of like strings attached to things that set off frying pans banging and things like that. So we'd always trip something, and he'd come out and he'd chase us. But if you met him in the street, he always had a pocket full of lollipops that he would give out, and he was always cursing the Queen because there was a lot of swans on the mill pond round by the castle, and he used to go down every day and feed the swans. And he was always complaining that they were the Queen's birds and that she should be coming to feed them, which we used to think was quite funny as kids. And he had a call that used to bring the swans in, and that was another thing that amused us greatly as kids, because it went like this: bow, bow, and then all the swans would come. So we used it ourselves to bring the swans in. We thought it was quite hilarious. We still have swans on the mill ponds, yeah, and you see a lot of families go down there with their kids to feed them. They have had to cull them, well, not cull them, but move them on, because there's too many pairs breeding. They need a certain amount of space, and there was one male swan that was killing a lot of the other swans a few years ago, made the papers, and so they had to move a lot of the swans on. So they have to sort of manage it.